things happening.
This whole like scheduling.
Do I hit end broadcast? I'm looking at myself on my YouTube. If you guys can see me and you're hearing me having this conversation, it's because I'm once again having difficulties. I'm live? Okay, I don't see the chat. I forgot how I got the chat before. So I'm just sitting here, guys, I'm trying to get the chat, talking to myself. I forgot how I did it before. Studio mode? Nope. That's not it. Okay, guys, I am looking for the chat, so hold on. I can't see if you're in here, if anyone's in here at all. I can't see chat, and last time I clicked something. This is so irritating. See settings? No. It wasn't that. Controls? No. Studio mode? Nope. Settings? Nope. There's no chat in here. This is frustrating. I can't exactly read people if there's no chat. So. Let's see. I know last time I clicked something. Let's see. I'm looking, if you guys can hear me, I'm looking to see. Dialogue, start stream, show. Preview. So irritating. Search. Automatically record. Okay, guys. Well, I don't see any chat here. So let me try something. Did that do anything? No, did nothing. So frustrating. Click, click. I'm clicking things. I'm trying to work on it, so hope you guys know. If anyone's on here, DM me on my Instagram so I know. Maybe otherwise I'm just talking to myself. This is really not fun. There's nothing that says chat on here. It's irritating. Studio mode, settings, nothing. So as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing. Okay. Yeah. Docs. Okay. Chat. Yay. There's nobody. Oops. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay, there. Oh my God. So irritating. So irritating. Oh my gosh. Hi, Jasmine. Thank you for all you do and sharing your abilities. Thank you. Hi, Ruby. I hope people are still here. Technology is cool until it doesn't work. Right? Not cool today. Okay. I just want to know, like, whew, I know exactly. Thanks, Citric. Hit docs on the top and go to chat. And I just got his text too. Today has been like irritating, guys. Okay. If anyone's still in here, let me know. Oops. There we go. Hi there. Hi, Luis. Hello. Okay. So, yeah, we're still. Hey, Daisy. Hi, Leah. Hi. Is anybody new to me in here, for one? And for two, I have like this new thing here that makes it a little easier. The details in the description. Hi, Jed. Hi, everybody. I'm doing live readings, and I'm thinking I might be doing lives once a week. They know Jim. Who's they? Aliens. Ooh. I like it. So I'm doing live readings for donations, and so I'm only asking for donations to do any donation, and then you can donate in my description via PayPal, via Cash App, via Venmo, or on Super Chat here. And while people come in, I'll make a list, and I'll put up a banner when the readings are, like when I'm closing for readings, the banner will change and say close for reading. Hi, Daniela. Hi, Ruby. So you're going to donate. You'll get on the list when it's your turn for a reading. Then I will ask you what type of reading. If you do a super chat, and I'm not doing by emojis or any of that stuff this time, this is going to be when someone donates, I will put you on the list. And when it's your turn for a reading, I will ask you, what type of reading would you like? An intuitive or a medium reading? At the time it's your turn. I don't need to know ahead of time. However, it is awesome if you do a super chat donation, and if you type it in the super chat, it makes it really easy for me to just jump over to super chat and see what it is you want. Because in the super chat you can type it. Don't bother typing it in Venmo or anything, because I'm just going to see that you donated. So like Jasmine. Thank you, Jasmine. And like a good listener, Jasmine did put her pronouns. So if you could put your pronoun that you'd like to be called as, referred to as, I would appreciate that. And so we can respect people's pronouns. So Jasmine is first on the list, and she has a she, her. And you don't have to say, is it possible? It's always going to be possible. Oh, I see you guys. Thank you. I'm live, Adela. There are 15 of us watching. Thank you, Jasmine. On your live now. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I'm like, I'm working out the kinks. If you notice, like, I'm trying to post like a lot, you guys know when I'm going live now. So like, did you guys see that? Was everybody able to see my like post when I posted, like, because I don't see it on mine, but when I did like the thumbnail saying I'll be going live on this day at this time, that's what I'm going to start to do from now on, so I can pre-schedule lives. And while we're waiting for other people to come in and get on the list, let's chat. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Has anybody been on my TikTok? Because I've been posting on my TikTok. Anyone see my post for my family? Hi, Isabel. I went to a baby shower. I haven't seen this part of my family in a long time, and it was awesome. 30-minute before. You stopped 30-minute before. Supposed to be up like a few days. Like I had it up yesterday. Did anyone see it the day before? So yeah, I went to a baby shower and saw my family that I haven't seen in a long time. And in my family, if you guys have known me, I do a lot of lip singing and things like this. 444. Isabel's bringing in the magic numbers. Okay, 444. Thank you, Isabel. Intuitive, please, and thank you. You're welcome. Yes, I saw the thumbnail. Was excited doing you. Good feeling today. Thanks. Let me check. Oh my God, that sounds exciting. I saw yesterday. Awesome. So yeah, so I saw my family posted it on my Instagram. My cousin was singing into the head. You know, like you know how you pull on the sink. You can pull like the sprayer, and he was singing into the sprayer. I haven't seen him in like 20 something years. And my dad and their dad grew up together, and they called each other brothers. So we're not blood cousins, but we're cousins by spirit and how they were together. And so that's how we always referred to each other as. And my dad was very, very cool and into being cool and would teach me how to be cool. I see it from yesterday. Okay, awesome. And his dad is, because he's still here, very cool. And I always thought my cousin was really cool. So anyway, they were singing old school R&B. It was hilarious, guys. It was hilarious. They were doing steps. They were doing like trying to do the electric slide. And you ever have experience where you're like, this is amazing. You're in the experience. And you're like, wow, this is hilarious. This is amazing. And then I watch it back and everyone just looks like they're screaming and thinking they sound good. I was dying laughing. I mean, Mother could say we technically aren't related, but call each other cousins since we were kids. Yeah. So they were playing R&B, old R&B, soul, and it was hilarious because the younger people were just like, whatever, and they were just bored. There was this girl, she was there, she was like 11, and I was like, are you bored? She's like, yes. And those people were like singing, it's like candy, dun, 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 dun. And like, you got that same feeling, dun, 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 dun. And then I was dying. It was the best. I don't know if you know this movie, but there's this movie, classic movie. I think it's a classic movie with Taye Diggs, and it's called It's called Best Man's Wedding, or is it My Best Man? I think I'm confusing with my best friend's wedding, and in that if you guys, wow, that's a long time. I know, I hadn't seen him in a long time. I didn't think it was that long, but apparently he was like, yeah, it's been that long. And in that movie they do they do the electric slide. Anyone know electric slide? And oh wait, here, I'm trying to turn down my volume. I'm watching myself because I can see your chat quicker on here than I do in this program. But yeah, so they were singing the song. they were dancing it. Anyway, it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious, and I was filming it, and this older man there was very into me filming. I think he might have thought I was filming him live, but I was not filming anybody live. Okay. All right. Ooh, oh yes. Sound like you did have fun. I did have fun because it was like, old school stuff. This is cool. Did you know, like on YouTube, I can like pull it up now while I'm like checking on other things. Oh my goodness, my cat. What are you doing? Thank you, Terry T. I got you. See, that's what I'm looking. I can watch. Hi, Jem. Thanks. She's going to make me hot. So what's going on with everybody else? Eventually, I'm just going to have another laptop up here one day. Has anybody been seeing? I've also been posting a lot of TikToks. Yes, I've been getting in the TikTok. Oh, so sweet. Yeah. She's sitting on me, and I'm like, ugh, she's like a furnace. Come say hi since you wanted to say hi. Hello. She's purring. She's purring. Here's my sweet girl. Mwah. Okay. Now I have hair all over my lipstick. That wasn't smart. Okay, guys, so we're going to be doing readings. Before we do readings, we have 3 people on the list, and I'll let you know. I'll click on when the list is closed. I put on here on this ticker right here. You could see, or it's not even a ticker because I didn't like the ticker, so we got this bar. 50% off of all my readings with the code 50, and that's for everyone. And I'm trying to get the cat hair off of me. And if you want to donate for a reading and get a reading today, the description is in the info is in my description where you can donate and things like that. All right, guys. So any questions, any spiritual questions before we get going on the readings? Any spiritual questions I can answer for you guys. Like any questions you have about spirituality and different things like that. Anybody feel like they have some things they want to kind of understand? Oh my gosh, I should have not kissed her. Now I have cat hair everywhere on my lips. That wasn't a smart move. But you're so cute. My sweet girl, I can't help it. I can't help it. Anybody have any questions? Just lay down, okay? I guess I'll move over for her, right? She's the princess. I was gonna say the queen, but I'm the queen, okay? Any questions anybody has? Come on, this is the time. If you want to donate in the super chat, you can. You could also donate in on PayPal and Venmo and Cash App, and all of that is in the description below. All right, so I don't know if we don't have any questions. I'm putting on more lip gloss for her to get your hair in. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Let's go to Jasmine. And since hi Adela, how would you prove to someone that ghosts exist? I see a lot of people making moon water on TikTok during the full moon. Do you do that? So let's ask Milan. Is that how you say your name? I know you've been in here before, I think. Did you know that cats, when boop, it's their way to say hi? What's boop? I don't know what boop means. Okay, so how do you prove that ghosts exist? You don't prove ghosts exist, honestly. I'm not out to prove anything to anyone. I let people know, what I do what I do. I do readings, I do what I do, and it's kind of up to people to decide what they believe in. You can't really make and prove to somebody, like, this is what goes on, and I'm going to prove it to you. If you're going to do that, it doesn't matter. Like I have done things where things have manifested right in front of people, lights have flickered, things have happened right in front of people, and people still aren't sure if they believe in it. So honestly, I don't really believe in this concept because it is kind of one of those things that you either believe it or for yourself, or you don't. Because even like, let's give an example, like flat earthers, people who believe in the flat earth is what's happening. We can go and prove to people and show them images and show them all kinds of things that, hey, no, they've shown that the earth is round. But those people really, really believe in what they believe in, and they're not interested in hearing what you have to say. So I kind of look at it very similar, obviously not exactly the same, because, we have a lot of physical science, so to speak. Not so to speak, because it is physical science. But I mean, we have physical science to say that, like, that's the only way to believe in ghosts, spirits, is that if we had physical science or whatever. But I'm saying, even if I showed you, and even if I made something appear right in front of someone's eyes and go, look, here you are, you should believe in this, they're not going to believe in it if they don't believe in it. It's one of those things that you have an innate belief. Do you believe there's an afterlife? Do you believe that I would call them spirits, not ghosts. Ghosts are empty versions of people. So it's kind of calling your family and friends zombies and calling them like empty versions of themselves. It's almost insulting. Just saying. The full moon thing, no, I do not. I don't do any of those things. I think, to be clear, I'm not a witch. I don't call myself a witch. I do witchy things, and I don't follow any rules of anybody's rules or any sort. I do whatever comes natural to me. You welcome, Milan. And I think like you can do moon water if you want. And I'm sure it's kind of feels good. Do I believe? I don't know what they're doing it for, to be honest, because it's just not something I ever do. I'm not really that connected to the moon. I like the moon. In the moon, I like the elements and the ideas of the moon and what it has to offer, but I'm more connected to the sun. I'm not really drawn to the moon. I don't really believe you have to wait for like a certain time to do these type of things. I've done candle magic on any given day, any way I want. I don't really, and honestly, the person who taught me to trust that was a very, very, I would call the only powerful witch I've ever really known. She told me, if you're going to do, I used to get candles from her, and she said, you don't need them for me, just get your candles. Melion. Okay, by the way. Melion. Okay. Melion. Got it. So she taught me to like just trust myself. So that's how I do things myself. Let's see the other one. Saw your video on trickster spirits, demons, and life after death. They really resonated with me. I have a question. What's your experience and view on people being possessed? It's extremely, extremely rare. In all of the time that I've been doing this, sorry guys, I'm just looking for a better sounding music. All the times I've been doing this, for the 19 years I've been doing this, and my experience, I've come across something like this once. And that's out of thousands and thousands and thousands of readings. And I'm telling you, if people who claim that they see this and claim that they've had this, I know they haven't, because I'm extremely experienced. And the only time, and you saw that in my video, that I experienced this, I was in a place with very, very experienced people. It was in a store with experienced witches and experienced readers and experienced people in general in this field, and they were freaked out by this person, and they came to me because this person was looking for a medium and they wanted something out of them, and they said that they knew I could see it, and I did see it before they even told me that's why they were looking for a medium. So it is so rare. And the time that it happened, my point of pointing out that the people who were experienced were terrified of this, and it shook them, is because if this happens, you don't go, yes, I had this experience, it was really scary. No, an average person, and these were people who have been dealing in that world for years and years and years and years and years, would run out their house, they would run out their place, they would probably their pants a few times, and it would not be something like it was really scary, no, you would know. So possession is extremely rare, and I feel like really the real possession that I've noticed is people who've had internal demons that they've been battling and going through, and they kind of manifest something inside. So Luna, question please. I heard someone from my coven that you can draw energy from the sun, earth, or even a tree. How can you learn to do that, or is that not true? You can work with energy, that is true, but it's kind of, it's not automatic. These things are not automatic. None of these things are automatic. It's something you have to tune into, practice, you have to feel it. I think what happens a lot lately on TikTok and other places, it's like, here's 5 ways to do this, and you will become this like magical person. You have to be in tuned. You have to tune in. You have to feel it. There's energy in trees. There's energy in the earth. There's energy in the sun. And you can pull that energy, but you also have to give energy back, if that makes sense. So whatever you're pulling in, you also return. So you can't just take from the universe and not expect to give something back. But most importantly, you got to kind of practice this. It's something you have to work on. I think people want it to be like one day I woke up and I had all these magical powers or something. It doesn't work like that. It is something you have to hone and tune into and learn how to recognize. The life after death video blew my mind. You're the only person whom I know said we need to learn about birth before knowing death, and the baby coming in and out thing also resonated a lot. Yes, I should do a TikTok a tiny video on that tomorrow. I think people don't understand that understanding death means you have to understand birth, and birth is we are coming through a portal. Oh, by the way, I didn't look and see. Hold on. And the portal obviously is the woman, and she's supposed, it comes through her, and in whichever way that the person is giving birth, and when we're growing an avatar here in the body, and then the spirit is in between the worlds, and that's your home, and it's the home we come from, it's the home we return. And when you're born, you snap into your body. This is just what I've come to understand, and no one really recognizes that. We say to kids all the time, welcome to Earth. Why are we saying that? Are we say, if it was just like, oh, this is how it is, this is Earth, this is how things, this should be recognizable. We're saying that because we're welcoming a new spirit into this world. And we're saying, welcome to planet Earth, because where you're from, you didn't live in this type of energy, in this type of way. And then what do we do with children? We teach them what fingers are and toes are, and we say, oh, this is how we eat. This is how we use the body. Because in the other realm, you didn't have to use the body. And this is how we use the body here. And the kid's like, oh, look about kids. Kids are very excited, kind of believe in flight. They believe in magical things. They believe they can use their mind and move something with it. That's why all the TV shows and movies are geared to children, are about these possibilities. That's because there's a part of us that remember when we used to do that before we had a physical body. And the whole life we're like, hey, this is how you eat, this is how we do things, this is how we live on planet Earth in our avatar body. Boop is when your cat touches you with their nose, and it's their way of saying hi. Oh, I never have, my cats never touch me with their nose. I guess they're never saying hi. They don't do that. They actually don't do that. They rub me, on my feet. And Tisha Perkins, okay, Tisha. They rub me on, on my feet. They, do like a little, thing like that. They jump in my lap. They knead. I don't know. They don't do the touching of the nose things. Hold on. Interesting. Okay. Do you have any religious beliefs yourself and your views on them? Have you ever connected to religious figures, not the archangels? Some mediums I've heard say they connected with Jesus. Sorry to laugh, Terry T, but I have people ask that a lot. No, I have no religious beliefs. I was raised religious. I am absolutely 100% not religious. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Phew. I'm absolutely not religious. Far as I know, growing up in religion, everyone has people who are, listen. Mediums who are claiming that they are connecting to these people are no different than a priest saying that only I can talk to the universe or God. I'm the only one you can't, okay? That's putting themselves in these kind of holier than thou positions. A, B, last I checked, everyone had access to Jesus. Last I checked, everyone's able to pray to Jesus and talk to Jesus. If they're saying they're channeling Jesus, then therefore they are definitely coming from an egomaniac place. I would be very clear. I don't believe Jesus was anything holier than just any other type of person walking around. A spiritual person very similar to many people in history. Many other cultures have the same thing. Buddha, I think you can name a ton that I can't name that have the same story. Horus has the same story. There's just the same story all the time. It's not just Jesus about Virgin Mother, blah, blah, blah. So anyone who's claiming these things, I would be very leery of. It just feels extremely problematic. So, okay. Anything else? Okay. We all have the light inside, right? So I just had to take care of that. So anyway, any other questions? And we're going to start doing readings. We all have the light inside. We all have the light inside, but also like people who are claiming like I'm some special person and that, I can like talk to Jesus. I remember I did this like medium gallery once, and this guy didn't totally get or believe in what he wasn't really believing. He was kind of heckling me, by the way. And the medium gallery is when I have a group of people like this, but in person, where I do little mini readings, and he was like heckling me, like no joke, heckling me. And I made him wait to be the last person. So I read him last. And then when he was shocked at how I got, things right for him. And then he goes, can you talk to Jesus? And I was like, yeah, everybody can. That's from what I've kind of learned. We all have access to talk to Jesus, right? Apparently. That's at least was what the Bible says. All right. We're going to start our readings now. Let me go with the first person. Here we go. So we're going to go with Jasmine. Jasmine, can you remind me if you want intuitive or a medium reading? And the chat's slower in here because I can't see it as quickly as I do on my YouTube. But do you believe in horoscopes? Horoscopes, I think you mean astrology, because you're asking what mine. A horoscope is a daily one. A horoscope is when someone gives you your daily, like, this is what today is going to be like. That's a horoscope. Astrology. So when you ask for a reading, you need to say medium reading, and you have to say, so I have to remind you, you say, I like a medium reading. I want to talk to my aunt on my mother's side. You have to be specific on who you want to talk to, one person only. And I don't want a bunch of details. Just say like my friend, my brother, whatever. You have to say specifically who you want to speak to. And I think you're talking about signs. I do like signs. I like the idea of signs. They're cool. I know a lot of astrologers. From what I learned about astrologers, you got to be very, very specific. Like it's a little more than just your sun sign. Astrologers who I've known who've been worth their salt will tell you like, you got to know your rising and your moon, but you also have to even know more than that. So they're saying, like, you know, there is some generalization in the sun sign, but there's a lot more to it than that. So I don't know. I don't really care about that when I'm reading, because I'm not an astrologer. I look at people's spirit, I look at their soul. I don't really look at their sign. Okay, so just to remind everybody, how come the chat in here is going slow? Medium, she, her, friend. Okay, thank you. You did say that, Jasmine. I apologize. All right, so is the friend a female or a male? So what I'm doing is I'm doing readings for when people donate. You donate either through the super chat or in the description below. I have Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. And you can, once you donate, I'll ask you what type of reading you want. You're going to say intuitive or medium, and then I'm going to give and you're going to say, let me know what pronoun you would like me to refer you to. If it's intuitive reading, be specific and say, I'd like an intuitive reading and I want to know about my work. I want intuitive reading. I want to know about my relationship. If it's a medium reading, you do just like what Jasmine did. You say she, her, you know, she, her, you know, she's giving me a pronoun, and then she's saying, I want to talk to my friend who's a male. It's referring to themselves as a male. Caught a student trying to talk to spirits in class today. It made me think of your classes you did. You caught a student like in class, like at a school? I don't know. What? Interesting. Okay. All right, Jasmine, don't forget to try, if you can, to talk back to, you know, when I'm reading you, to refer back to me, right? Like, let me know if you understand what I'm saying. That would be awesome. All right, Jasmine, here we go. I'm going to start with how he passed. Remember? I know you remember all this. Okay, here we go. So the first thing I hear, Jasmine, you know, he does feel like he's talking about how he feels sad. Immediately I felt like my energy dropped. He's saying that he feels more sad about his passing and how it happened. It's more the way than the fact that he actually passed. He feels like he lost control over everything. He absolutely says to me, like, things kind of went out of control and I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop the direction things were going. He felt like very disheartened here on this planet. Like he felt like he couldn't handle things here anymore. Things were really difficult, so he let go. And he describes it as letting go. That's how he describes it. He says, I had to let go of that place. It was just getting too difficult and it was getting too painful. He felt like things, I asked him if, yes, that makes so much sense. Accident, overdose. Yeah. And he says, in that world, we call that an accidental, you know, unliving yourself. Yes, I definitely always felt that way, that he let go. He says that, you know, he started to get, he couldn't find his way in the light. And what he's upset about is that now that he's passed, he realizes that that he let go. Wow. Okay. And he says he realizes now that he could have gotten through and there was a way to get through and that he wasn't alone. He's because now he's in a realm where he can see there's no time, there's no limit to time and space, and he can see that so many people have been going through the same thing as him. Yes, he was definitely in a dark place and seemed like he wasn't moving out of it, which is because he had so much light and potential, right? And he says, you know, I wasn't alone and I didn't realize it. He wishes for people to know that many, many people just get lost. It's not that they're bad people, even when they're using substances. They're just trying to find a way to feel better and to have patience for that person and not to judge them. However, you do have to he felt like challenging him about the way he was living. His family didn't really challenge him. He felt like they just kind of let it be. So it's almost like challenging someone shows that you care. Lastly, I want to say, he wants to say, hold on, to remember him in October. Remember in October around Halloween. And he says, he blows you a kiss and he says, just know that he's healing and he's trying to learn and grow and evolve, and he wish he could physically be here. So if there's something about October, let me know, because he's pretty excited about that. And he says, I'm not all knowing. I'm not all doing. What's wow? She just went, wow. Wow. What is wow? I'm putting out a book in October that he started. Chills. Whole reason why I do this is so you guys realize there's a world behind this world, connected to this world. Wake up and pay attention to it. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, I have a deadline to finish his book on October 31st. All right. He blew you kisses. Very cool vibe from him. Hey, Adela. Hey, Lauren. Ave JNR. If you see, like right here, it says just donate and you'll any amount and you'll get a reading. And the description, where to donate's in the description here on Super Chat, PayPal, any of those things. Jasmine, you are amazing, Dela. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. That was awesome. He killed it. It's funny because people always see, like, when I'm doing these readings, they think I'm looking at it like I killed it, like, like, oh, Dela, you did great. But I always look at it as the spirits did really good, because they're good at communicating back. Like they're helping me. I mean, I'm obviously have to meet them halfway, and I have to be able to hone my abilities to do it, but they absolutely have to meet me halfway back. All right. So any questions in between? Okay, I'll send you PayPal with my... No, don't send a PayPal. Don't put the questions in your PayPal. Good luck on your book. I know you got this. Just donate, and then when I'll put you on the list, and once I put you on the list, I'll ask you what type of reading you're going to pick between intuitive and a medium reading. Intuitive readings about things in your life, and when you get an intuitive reading, you're say, I want intuitive reading, I want to know, and I remote view, you're going to say, I want to know about my work, or I want to know about my friend. And when you get a medium reading, you're going to say, I want a medium reading, and I want to speak to this person specifically, like my grandmother, my mother's side, my best friend, something like that. Okay, not in the PayPal. When I call on you, when I see the donation come through, I will put you on the list. Spiritual question: when you go to temples or places or worships, are there really deities inside temples, like a high-bedding place? Even I got the chills at Jasmine. No. Listen, deities are it's just an energy. So if you wanted to imagine the spirit world and how it really works, it's like this. It's like the internet. So let's say that you're learning from my videos, and you feel like you found my videos and you learned some things. It's not really me, right? It's the information I'm putting out. And let's say hundreds and 200 years from now, it's the energy that I'm putting out. That I'm really kind of a bad example, because I kind of want to compare it more to an energy source. And an energy source would be like the sun or the moon, and those of you who are into the moon that we talked about earlier. It's a form of energy, and it's an interpretation that an artist did and said, oh, here is like, for instance, here is a god of, the underworld. Here's Anubis. This is what he looks like. No, it's just this artist, someone interpret this and created it. It's the energy that you're calling upon, not an actual person or thing or being. Our vortex is real. There are a lot of vortex tourism going on. The spiritual community they go to. I know, yeah, that's been going on for a million years. That's nothing new. Sedona and all that. This is what I believe. I don't believe in hot spots. I don't believe in anything like this. What I believe is that other people, if you're a bunch of people are going to a certain place, so I'm not going to read your whole thing in your PayPal, so you don't need to do that. So like I said, when I call upon you, it's got to be a very short, specific question. I can't do big, long things. So I saw that you got it, but I'm not reading the question. When I call upon you, when it's your turn, you're going to say, I want intuitive reading. I want to know about my life. I want to know about my job. It has to be specific. I want to know about my friend. I want to know about a relationship. I'm not going to do like, what's the meaning of my life? What's the big picture? This is like quick little fast readings. You want more longer things like that, you'll have to book a long reading, and I'm even giving 50% off. This is for everybody who's coming in. I feel like a bunch of people go to a place and they're bringing, everyone's kind of creating like this hotspot type of thing. I'm in tears now. Wow, especially about him knowing about my deadline in October. I talk to him every day, but having that confirmation was so healing. I'm so glad. I think, yeah, okay, got it. Sorry. No. You don't have to apologize. I'm saying this for everyone because I'm realizing I'm not being clear. I'm just like talking, and I need to be more clear. The description of everything's in there, but not everything, so I have to explain it. It's because I'm not going to remember, so you don't have to worry about it. When it comes to your turn, that we'll do that. But yeah, so I feel like if people go to these places, right? Groups go to these places and they bring all their energy and they put all their energy into these spots. So I feel like it creates like a vibe, you know what I mean? And if we did that in a bunch of places, if we did that more often together, we probably could create good vibes. So I think people are always looking for the magic to be somewhere else. You can create the same thing in your backyard. You can create the same thing in your house. Like if you are focusing on that energy and wanting to pull it into your space, you can create the magic where you are. Everyone's going and they want to believe there's some special place. Is it easier sometimes for you to be like in nature, or if you're a type of person who connects to nature, or if you're a type of person that connects to the beach, or if you're a type of person that kind of, I don't know, likes to listen to heavy metal music while you're sitting outside, like, with an axe and like chopping down trees, you will create the magic in your way. I'm just saying, like, people want a specific only way for things to do, and the real way is to go inside of yourself and feel who you are and what resonates for you. Okay, so again, I'm going to go over it one more time. I am doing readings with donations. You want a reading, you will donate any type of amount, and I will put you on a list, and when it's your turn, you will tell me what type of reading you would like, an intuitive or a medium reading. If you want a medium reading, you're going to say, I want to speak to this person who's passed, specifically one person, my grandmother, my friend, that. When it's your turn, after you donate it, I'll put you on the list, and when I call you for your turn, you will let me know. Okay? So, and then let me know what pronoun you'd like. Isabel, you're next. Isabel, what type of reading would you like? And I think Isabel might have put it in the super chat. Intuitive, what question do you have, Isabel? Oh, Ave, I was saying that for Cisco. You're on it. You got it now. So I'm trying to be as clear as possible. Okay, Isabel. What type of reading would you like? I know you want intuitive, but what question do you have? So yeah, remember guys, when you're watching things and people are saying this is the surefire way, it should be more of a guide. I'm waiting. So Isabel, I'm going to wait for you for a little bit. And then if I don't hear from you, then I have to like move on to the next person. And we'll circle back because I want to keep this going. So I'm going to move on to Terry T. And Terry T, and we'll come back to Isabel. Terry T, intuitive reading, what question do you have? If it's intuitive reading, let me know. I want to know about this and this. Oh, Isabel's up. Okay, never mind, Terry T. But you can put yours up and I'll look back at it. I want to know if I should take the offer I got and is above the rest. The right place for me. Please and thank you. Okay. I should take the offer I got. Okay, got it. Let me remote view that. Anybody here new to me and hasn't had a reading before? Meaning I'm just curious, anyone new to me, period. And let me know in the comments if you're new and how did you find me? I'm trying to figure those types of things out. Okay, let me look for you, Isabel. So this is what I see, Isabel. It looks like above the rest sounds heavenly. I feel like when I see you taking this offer, for some reason I see it like gliding smoothly. It's almost like whatever you decided to do, like obviously you were deciding for some time, right? And then when you decided to do it, it's like, okay, everything kind of clicks into place. I feel like it takes you away from what you were doing before. It gently but very forcefully, if that makes sense. Like what I mean by that is probably confusing, but what it looks like is that it moves you forward quite easily. I definitely see this as a good thing. The only reason why I'm pausing is because I see something about 2 months. It's almost like 2 months time. It took a minute for things to get going. So don't be discouraged when you're like, how come it's not moving as quickly as I would like? I think they're even being honest with you, saying, hey, this in 2 months we're going to do this. So this is July, right? And almost the end of July, August, September. I would say like at the end of September. Yep, newbie here, link on my feed. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, Lucinda. So I feel like something about 2 months. So I don't know if that makes sense, and if you can let me know if 2 months makes sense to you. And I do feel like there's people you leave behind, and I even see people kind of going, are you sure you want to do this? If you do this, you're not gonna be able to do this or that. It's almost like jealousy, or people who they feel like you left them behind, or you could have been with them but you chose something else. So I mean, I guess a bitterness in a way. Hi Lucinda. So if you can make sense, I just did a reading for Terry T, and Terry T is going to let me know if that makes any sense. When I'm doing the readings, if you guys can talk back, I like to hear from you and see if this makes any sense to you, or if you're just like, yo, Adela, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because some readers I notice they just kind of go at it. By the way, and while we're waiting for Terry T to like confirm, be careful, you guys. When I see people on TikTok, I see people with the rousing dots and everything. And people are like, I'm not sure birthday is in the beginning of October. This isn't for Isabel. This is for Terry T. So I'm reading Terry T. Hey, what about old subbies with no readings? And I found your channel. Gosh, I don't remember. On the Witch of List. No, you have to donate to get a reading, no matter who you are. Sorry, I'm gonna be blunt. I was just trying to figure out where people found me who are new to me. I'm new. I guess I've been guided here, looking for answers. Aww. Well, I just feel that person's heart. No, you were reading for Isabel. No, I wasn't. I was reading for Terry T. Oh, I was reading for Isabel. You're right. Okay, sorry. You're right. Okay, still the same thing. Okay, this goes to show you I don't go by names, I go by energy. Okay, you don't know because you're saying, what I'm saying is about your job. Is there something specifically in 2 months going to happen? Besides your birthday is in the beginning of October. But this is connected to like a movement. What is it that you're doing? Oh, I know where I was just saying. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was referring to people because people, who are new to what I do, it's kind of, trippy. Oh, I don't. Look, I'm reading in both places, so I'm getting confused. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I was talking about whatever is you're pursuing. There's something about 2 months. That's what I was going to ask you. That's more what I'm asking you. But you're saying no? Well, Above the Rest is an apprentice academy I was thinking of joining. Oh, is this the one we talked about last time? Hi, first time here, just wanted to ask a question. Cool. Sandra, if you have a general question about spirituality, I can ask. And thanks for coming. But if you want a reading, I'm doing readings on donations, and then I'm creating a list and any donation. And the latest to start for the round of this class is next month. Okay. Maybe that's why I saw you leaving people behind, and maybe I saw that this was kind of like a smooth ride. I know last time you were thinking about someone mentoring you, right? But it does look like it takes longer. I think this is the last time you asked the same question and the same thing came up about it taking longer, right? It will take longer this way. Yes, I was looking around, but I think Above the Rest might be the best option. Okay. But just don't get impatient if it feels like things aren't moving as quick as you like. But it does look like 2 months something pushes forward. And I do see it gliding. So that tells me it's a smoother ride. All right? I hope that makes more sense. Okay, now we're at Terry T. See, this is why the thing about remote viewing is, if you don't know what it is, I can explain it. But remote viewing, it doesn't matter to me your name. It's the energy. Like, I'm connecting to the energy. I was already connected to it, and I was being guided to look at her. It's her spirit. It doesn't matter. We use names here. I look at names here like we have a bunch of bodies and we have to label them. They're just labels to me. Great. Thanks, Adela. Does that make sense? That's how I look at it. It's just like we're labeling something, but the person inside the spirit is more what I remember more than anything. All right, Terry T, you're up. After Terry T, I'm going to be reading Tisha. And Tisha, get ready because you'll be after Terry T. And when you donate, oh, hey, Carrie. Okay, Carrie, you're on the list. I put you on the list. And when it's your turn, I'll ask you, what type of reading you want. Just like Terry T's doing right now. Seeing 11111 lately, freaky. Is my spirit guides trying to tell me something? Any message? Wondering if it's an omen thing or it's a good sign. I listened to your video, but I'm still confused. All right. Well, this is what happens when it comes to 111, 222, and all that. It's not, don't get so caught up. People believe they have what all of these numbers mean. I still have time, Inspire. I will put up a banner saying readings are closed when I don't have the time. So don't worry about that. I will announce when I've closed readings. Okay? So when people get caught up in the meaning of it, I wouldn't worry so much about the meaning. It's not there. There's no one really can tell you this is what 444, 222. It's kind of ridiculous. It's not about that. It's about sequence. It's about things lining up. And sometimes the things lining up is trying to warn you about how to, get away from something or be aware of something, I should say. Or sometimes it's letting you know things are syncing up. And sometimes it's just trying to get your attention. Now, guides, Thanks, I'm opening a Venmo account. Okay, well, I have it Venmo and PayPal and I mean, it's in the description. But the thing is about guides, and I believe guides is more of a collective whole. It's not actual people like we think. That we don't have people following around us, going, hey, let me guide you. It's a collective conscious, kind of look at it like the internet or like Google. And all the things on Google, a bunch of people have put information into it. And when you want to specifically talk to someone, you contact someone, a friend, and you connect to that person. Or let's say you want to specifically contact someone off of Google. But people think guides are like running around following us like we're just the center of the world, and it's not like that. It's like if you want to connect to that collective consciousness, you can. So my read on it though, Terry, to look at it, and that's what I'll do. I'm more going to look at what's going on and not so much about these numbers, okay? Yeah, it's kind of what I felt from the beginning. It's more about wake up. It kind of feels like you're kind of a little chaotic and everything's chaotic around you. You're making decisions without thinking about it or really tuning into it. It's like you're like, all right, you're just kind of in a hurry. It looks like everything's kind of feeling chaotic and you're not feeling like you have control over things, meaning like you're letting everyone else and everything else kind of run you into the ground, and you're not pausing to really look at how you're living right now. It kind of feels like you're not trusting your own self. So it just looks like a lot of chaos, and I feel like what that's really about is just trying to get your attention to like pay attention. And usually when it's the numbers, it's usually like pay attention. They're not creating the numbers, guys. They're just getting you to look at it. It's like you could see those numbers all the time, and if you're not in a mind of space to realize you should pay attention, it would mean nothing. 111, 222, 333. So it's more about, I have you on the list, Ruby. It's more about paying attention. Pay attention to what's around you. So it kind of feels like your life's been a little bit on the hectic side, and you've been giving away maybe some power to other people rather than yourself or another person. No, it's not pay attention, look within. You're making it too complicated. To the actual world. Pay attention to your actual mundane life. I feel like you are too much in the clouds. You need to be a lot more grounded. And that even your question confirms to me that I'm right. You're trying to do all this like looking and where's the, and it means like this world, this mundane world, your everyday life, the people you have in your life, the things you're doing in your life. Pay attention to this world. Not everything has to be about you're not grounded. Hold on, I gotta plug in my phone. When you say energy of a spirit like an Archangel Michael, can that energy have a personality? I don't understand what you mean. A spirit is someone who died. Archangel Michael is an energy. I think you mean like an energy like an angel. I wouldn't call it a personality. That's just an energy that has a job to do. You know what I mean? Like in that realm, there's different energies that are doing different jobs, and you're tapping into it. It's not really they're not human, so they're not having a personality. I think I probably didn't explain that well, but I think people are looking. You got to get this world completely out of your mind when you're thinking of another realm. It's kind of like trying to humanize the ocean. It's like trying to humanize fishes and octopuses. They're operating in a different way. They're not operating in the same way we operate. Okay, I see you, Annette. 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 I appreciate that. I got you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's go to Tisha because we're moving slow on these, so I better speed them up. Tisha, you're next. Tell me what type of reading would you like? An intuitive or a medium reading? An intuitive reading, say I would like an intuitive reading and I want to know about this. And if it's a medium reading, you say I want a medium reading and I want to talk to my grandmother, my mother's side, or my grandmother, my father's side. Tisha Perkins, medium reading, she, her grandfather, my mom's side. Did I already talk to him? I'm just going to go. I'm going to bring up my YouTube because it's quicker. All right. She, her grandfather, my mom's side. So this is what he's saying. You know, when I see him, he has like a real chill vibe. He's saying that he knew he was going to pass. He was aware he was going to die. He wasn't scared about it. It was time for him to let go. And he said he needed to, I feel like it's almost like if someone's sleeping or someone's just kind of resting and they just pass, meaning like he doesn't feel, it wasn't hard, it wasn't painful, it wasn't difficult. He feels very lucky and fortunate for the life that he lived. He's very grateful for all that was brought into his life. He's saying that he's saying to you, he wanted to kind of jump in. He says that, so if you can talk back and if it makes, things that he's saying, that would be helpful. He's saying to you that you have to let go of trying to control everything, let go of fear. Sounds like him, he was in his 90s. Yeah, so he had a good amount of time. He says you have to let go of trying to like make things perfect. He says he sees that you struggle with feeling like you're not getting where you want to go. You want everything right now. He says you have to let go of trying to take care of your family. You can't convince people or help people through the things you're trying to help them through. He says you understand it, and he doesn't need to get into details, at least on YouTube. No, he says let go of control. Let go of trying to control everything and fix everyone, and let go of the past. Hold on. What's he showing me? He's showing me like he's walking like almost in a desert, and he's talking about he likes that, he liked it there, or something about after he passed and something to do with the desert. I guess he's saying you're trying to fix things, or you want things to fix with your parents. You didn't say what grandfather's side, by the way. I just realized. I don't know which side of the family this is, but he's talking about your father. And it's kind of interesting because I make people usually tell me, but maybe I really feel like they know already usually. But he's talking about he's talking about your father, and he's saying you have to let go of things that happen with your dad, something about your dad. He doesn't want to get into details on this life. Well, he's talking about your dad, this grandfather. And honestly, it doesn't matter because they'll talk about, I've learned, both sides. But he's more concerned about the relationship. I got you, Lolita, about your dad. So I don't know, he's repeating that a few times. He says not to worry because he will be there for you when others are not. And that's it. All right, Ave, you're next. Wow, does that make sense to you? Is it Ave or Ive? I feel like I'm saying it wrong. You're next, and we're doing, you're going to pick if you want an intuitive. That's really great. Okay, good. So I'm doing little mini readings for donations. I'm still offering 50% off my readings if you want a longer reading with the code 50. I'll work it out. Okay. And it's all right here. I'm offering 50% off my readings for some time. Gas is starting to get better. Things are starting to lift a little bit, but we're still in the thick. We still are feeling the pressure, so I'll offer this 50% off for a little bit longer. Ave, I think, can you let me know what type of reading you would like, an intuitive or a medium reading? And then we'll go from there. It's like Eve. Oh, I like it. And tell me your pronoun you like you would like me to refer you as. So you're gonna say, let's say for instance, she, her, he, him, or they, them, that kind of thing. And you're going to tell me what pronoun, and you're going to say, I'd like an intuitive reading, and I want to know about my work or my friend or relationship. A medium reading, you're going to say, I want to speak to my grandfather or my mother's side, or I want to speak to my best friend, and we'll go from there. Okay, Eve? You know what I noticed? This is like glue. And someone sure did glue a candlestick on here. Eve, I want to talk to this guy. I haven't talked to him in 2 years. So it's a friend, and what's your pronoun? Let me know. You're talking about someone who died, because that's so you know, we're talking about someone who died. Okay, right? And I'm going to start the reading with talking about how he passed. All right, here we go. And let me know your pronoun if you appreciate it. A former lover. Okay, just let me know your pronoun you would like me to refer you to as Eve. Okay? She, her. All right. So when you do the donation, you don't need to tell me at the time because I'm not gonna read it. Wait, just donate. I'll put you on the list, and then when it's your turn, I'll ask you. All right, let's go, Eve. Oh, you want to do an intuitive? He's alive. Okay, yeah, no, I'm medium readings for people. I can't talk to people. I'm not talking to people who, I'm talking to people who are dead. That's a medium reading. I'm not able to talk to him for you. So if you want an intuitive reading and you want to know about this ex-lover of yours, you got to ask specifically what you want to know. Do you see what I mean? A medium reading is talking to people who died. Let's make it clear. Okay, got you, Itzel. Okay, so you gotta be quick, otherwise the time is gonna go forever. So I'm just gonna look and see about this guy, because if that's the intuitive if you want intuitive reading, that's what I'm gonna go for. And if you have another question, you'll have to ask in the middle, because I gotta get these going. All right. I'll see what's going on with him. So this is what I see, Eve. You know, he's like very much doing his own thing. He's having a good time. I hate to say this is, but I don't really see him thinking about you. He's kind of like in his own world. For some reason, I see him dancing because I feel like he kind of likes being very much free. Like he does his own thing, and if he's in a relationship, it's always somebody who knows he needs to be free. He doesn't really, he doesn't. I hate to say, but he's not thinking of this relationship. I don't want it to sound like cruel or mean. It's not because he's like, screw you, I don't care, but it's just he's moved forward. He's actually very much living his life on his own terms. He lives a pretty free life. I kind of feel like freedom seems to be a big word when it comes to him. Like, he likes to live free and do his own thing. He very much enjoys life being different all the time, in the sense of he doesn't want any type of tie downs. And if he's with someone, then that person knows this about him, knows that he needs a lot of room to roam. So I feel like I could see why you're, drawn to him. He's got a great free spirit, and he's got a way about him that feels very magical even, and feels very fun, and I don't know, he's very tuned in intuitively. But as far as you connecting with him again, you can, but I don't see that this is something he's thinking of. Definitely not wanting to be in any relationship. If you just want to connect with him on a physical level, in a very casual level, that's the only thing I see he'd be interested in. Sorry. All right, I'm going to remind people so that we can keep this list going. Who's next? Carrie's next. After Carrie is Ruby. So be ready, Ruby and Carrie, get ready to tell me what type of reading you'd want. An intuitive reading. It hurt me in the past and he never actually apologized. Yeah, I don't think he's going to apologize anytime soon. I'm sorry to say. He's doing his thing. That's who he is. He just moves forward. Okay, so I am going to close the list right now. And I'm going to get through this list. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that hurts. I knew that. I had a feeling that hurt you. I had a feeling because your heart felt sweet. So Carrie's next. Carrie intuitive, she, her. I'm planning a trip. Her, hers. Okay, awesome. I'm planning a trip home in August. First time in years. Do you see any issues or outcomes? Thank you. And is that a rat or a cat? What was that, Carrie? All right. Oh, Carrie, that's hard. Okay, hold on. Okay. Let's see, Carrie. Carrie, this is kind of like, it's a cat. Awesome. This is kind of like what I thought I saw. I just saw like everyone going in their own room. In other words, it kind of feels like people are disconnected, and I feel like the only thing you're going to feel is that. I don't know if you're going to feel good that they're going to connect to you. What I mean by that is I feel like they're going to be kind of doing their own thing, and which can not be terrible because that means they're not bothering you. So I guess what I want to say is that the feeling I get when I'm you, and I see like for some reason it's like this house and everyone goes into their own room. Everyone convenes in the kitchen but then goes and does their own thing. I don't know if it's literal or if this is symbolic, but it feels like disconnected, like everyone just like, I'm just going to do my thing, you do your thing. I don't really feel like people, I might open these back up. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I feel like people may not understand you. Don't be surprised if they don't see you, if they don't understand you, if they don't see you. What I mean by that is you may be disappointed of wishing that they understand you more and see you and who you are inside. And I don't really see that. That's the only issues. I don't see like conflict or argument. It's kind of more like avoidance. You know how when you go home into a family situation, it's like, well, let's just not talk about that. And if we all just don't talk about that, we'll be fine. That's kind of how I see it. So don't push it. Don't go, hey, we need to confront this, and because it won't go well. I need to talk to you about this. We need to talk about this. I need to confront you. Hi, I'm Andrea. Hi, Adela. Hi. We need to, get to the bottom of this and that. It's not going to go well. just accept the fact that this is about as good as people are gonna get, kind of thing. So yeah, sorry about that, but it's actually not bad. Ruby, you're next. So Ruby, get yourself going. It's not like a bad thing actually, because it is kind of like they leave you alone and you just have to be okay. It's more friends and family. Yeah, I still kind of see the same thing. I still see people aren't going to want to talk about any real deep stuff. They're not going to want to talk about, oh, tell me what you're really feeling, Carrie. What's really going on in the deep of your soul? I don't really see that. You know what I mean? It's like we're here to have a good time. We're here to have fun. Nobody wants to get into the deepness of life right now. And if you kind of push that, they're not gonna like it. Intuitive, she, her. I'm struggling between career or if I should focus on my health. Okay. All right. After Ruby, thanks again, Adela. Much appreciated. Gotta run. Okay, you're welcome, Terry T. After Ruby is Annette. And after Annette is Lolita. So Annette, get ready for you are next. Okay. Yeah, Cisco, but I'll do you last, but as you see, I closed the readings, but I can do very quick, smaller, like a one question thing. I can't do a medium reading for you, but I can do an intuitive reading for you, because I had posted that readings were closed and I was saying they were closed, and I don't know, maybe yours came through. Did I miss it? Let me look at the timestamp. Yeah, it came. It came in like after I had already closed, so I can do a quick one question thing. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me look at that Ruby. I don't get why you can't focus on both, Ruby. I'm just saying. But let me take a look. You know, Ruby, I'm going to say this. This was kind of my first gut. This is why I said this. I definitely feel like you have to focus on your health. I feel like if you don't focus on your health, then you are pushing off something important. So I'm kind of asking you, it does feel like your health, it's almost like I see something. It's like when you get swelling spots all over the place, like inside your body. It's something is just constantly irritating you. And it's not about like this is the one problem. It's more like a lifestyle change, a physical lifestyle change, because I don't feel like you're getting the care that you need. And if you focus on career and not your health, you're almost pushing yourself, because nursing is so stressful, and I usually work nights and my diet gets out of whack and my sleep. Yeah, I feel like, of course, nursing, thank you so much. Obviously, nursing is really difficult. It feels like you have to pull back and do more on you. It's like a lifestyle change and focusing on changing your whole well-being, because it feels like at this point you're pushing everything into an area that is just weighing your whole body down. It's pulling everything down. So I would say health for sure. Yeah, I can see why you can't do both. I get it. Okay, so next is Lolita, and after Lolita is going to be Asat. I just want to, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Lolita, you're going to tell me if you want a medium or intuitive reading. And thank you guys for like coming on here. I know like I'm trying to like my intuition says health too. Good girl. Good job. I know we can't be condescending to each other as women. But good job. That's good. She, her, medium reading, paternal uncle. Boom. Good job, Lolita. That's how you come in. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Also, just remember, I'm giving 50% off my readings, and you can see the code right here, 50. I made it easy for everybody. Okay. After Lolita, it's going to be Asat. So be ready. And after Asat, it's Itzel. And I feel like I'm acting like I'm pronouncing these right, and I have a feeling I'm not. I'm definitely not. Why am I seeing an S? Okay, sorry, I saw an S. Anat. It's like Anahit. Okay. What kind of, that's really, it's like, I feel bad because I do this to people. Hold on, my phone, I don't want it to die. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Anahit. Okay. All right, Lolita, let's start Lolita. I can't even begin to ask Lolita how many comments she gets on her name because we all know about the story of that. All right, Lolita, medium uncle paternal. So the first thing I see, Lolita, is what I hear from him. He's saying that this was his passing, she's laughing, was a lot harder than he thought. He's saying that, his passing was difficult because he's saying it just took too long. Everything took too long. He felt like everything dragged out. He says everyone felt bad for him. Everyone is talking about him, and he loves everyone, appreciates everyone. He goes, but believe me, he said, I was ready to go. Everything just seemed like it dragged on, and he felt like he almost got dragged through the mud in a way. So he was absolutely ready to leave. He's saying that his life was always challenging, and he felt like things became really difficult for him. So he doesn't really wish that on other people because he didn't really feel like it was difficult for everyone, but it was definitely difficult for him. Yeah, he has a very kind of like, I'm glad that I left. He said, here is absolutely more amazing than he thought. He says, I feel like I'm sitting in a chair high up on a mountaintop, able to see clear, not because he's literally high up like in the clouds, but because his clarity of life is so much more clear. And he says, and there's just so much love and understanding here. And I feel like he might have been religious growing up, because he's saying religion taught us to fear and be fearful, and he says that's a lesson to everyone, that this place is you don't need to have this fear and be fearful. You can live your life with love in your heart, and realize there's love waiting. What he means by love in your heart is, hold on, I just saw something. It's interesting. Sorry. Yes, religious throughout his life. Yeah. And he's saying that, he felt like that whole thing of be afraid, and be afraid of everything, and, live your life in fear, and don't do what you want to do, and don't love who you want to love. He says it's just absolutely ridiculous. He says to everyone, love who you want to love, be who you want to be, enjoy, be true to who you are, and don't let people push you into a box. And that's what he's saying to you, Lolita, because all of the other stuff that was taught to him is out the window. I do see something, and I don't do this on live a lot, but I feel like there's an energy here. be interesting the next readings, and I'll say if like I feel like I see a little girl looking at me. This little girl about who snuck in here. All right, into my view, and now I see 444. See, that's the pay attention thing. Okay, and I wrote down AS, Anahit. It is your turn, and it's all. You have to tell me if I'm saying your name right, and then Cisco, I'll answer your question at the end, and that will be it. Anahit, what type of reading did you want? Intuitive or medium reading? And be specific. If it's an intuitive reading, then I want to talk to I want to know about this particular thing. If it's a medium reading, then I want to talk to this person on this side. Yeah, that was interesting, Lolita. Ooh, I just saw something again. Like this time it was like, ooh, it left. I made it leave. Anybody have a little girl? Not to be cliche, but intuitive love reading, she and her. Okay. That was interesting. Okay. Sorry guys. You're seeing real time. I was like, okay, I pushed that energy out. Nothing negative. It was just like seen this person before. I'm single. Not to be cliche, intuitive love reading. All right, I'm gonna see. Hold on. You don't have to be cliche. I mean, you're not being cliche. She, her. Itself. Okay, thank you. I like these names. I like these names because they're challenging me, which I love. Okay. This is the first thing I hear, I see, insight, inspire. I'm also going on this so people know who I'm talking to on here, right? No, I don't think that's about. My Aunt Marie died when she was 6. She's around. No, it's not about that. Yeah, I'll tell you who I don't feel it's connected to any of you guys. Sorry. I'll tell you in a minute. So let me do her reading though. This is the feeling I get. I feel like you have this you have a hopeless romantic. You're a hopeless romantic. There's something about your energy that feels like you see the love in people, or you see the light in people. And there's many people who take advantage of this. In other past relationships, they've taken advantage of it. And honestly, my dear, I was incorrect. How old are you? Are you of the baby making age? Because I feel like this more is to do with you, and I don't know if this is a baby for you, or if this is something to do, like you're literally that was something you will have. Okay, let me go on. The thing I see with you is that when it comes to love, you give all of your heart, you give all your soul to people, and they don't see that you're doing this, and so you give a lot of it away. The kind of person I see with you has to be somebody who sees and appreciates, this light in you. Okay, yeah, I feel like this is definitely to do with you, dear. That's why I said I don't think it wasn't. When I meant is it's no one here, I meant this is a new spirit. This is interesting. I feel like I see a little girl who wants to be born, and she's a little bit feisty. And the person that you're having a baby with, it's almost like she will guide you to that, or she will kind of grab your attention to who it is. You definitely tend to kind of have people in your life who love the light you have and what you bring. I know I'll be pregnant at 32, but I think it's a boy first. I see a girl, and I'm really pretty on. And I'm not going to say the age. I wouldn't get so caught up if you know for sure. I would not do that, because when you say, oh, it's this age, you kind of trip yourself up. You don't leave yourself open. It's better to connect to the spirit of the baby than it is to go, oh no, it's going to be this age and it's going to be this. Because trust me, from someone who thought that they knew, I knew I saw myself having, something, but you don't always know. Like, things change. So it's not always what you think. So I would just be open. But I clearly saw a little girl. But I'm saying to you, and I have a pretty damn good track record in that area, knew you were going to have this reading, and it's more about you need to start paying attention to the people that you're connecting to. You're always rescuing people. People are attracted to your light. They're attracted to your heart, but you don't really connect with the people who know how to see you and know how to take care of you and know how to see who you are. So I feel like it's more about you not wanting to rescue. You go for the wounded birds, and you got to pull away from the wounded birds and not be afraid of someone strong and somebody who knows themselves. They're not going to control you. They're not going to dominate you just because they're this kind of person. That's like a big fear of yours. I don't want to be controlled. I don't want to be dominated. So you go for these other types. Oh, I say that age because I always dream of births and deaths in my family, but I do want to be open, like you said. Yeah, because when it comes to yourself, you could be a little off. I've been really on target myself too. Hi, Janine. But then when it came to to myself, I wasn't so much. I'm saying I was and I wasn't. So just be open to it. Just say don't, because then sometimes you force it. You know what I mean? So be open. But would I say you're not far off in the age? I wouldn't. But the age changes. Insights inspire when you try to control it. Meaning, did you hear what she's saying about looking for somebody who's more grounded, somebody who has, it's like opening up to someone who's more grounded, because the person I see won't necessarily be this woo-woo, oh, let's talk spiritual stuff every damn minute. It might be someone more grounded and kind of has their feet on the ground and maybe surprise you. So that's why be open. All right, let's go to the next person. And you told me how to say your name. You told me how to say your name. I saw it. Itzel. Okay, Itzel. What type of reading you want? An intuitive or medium reading? And I'm going to end it with Cisco. You want to know about a job, and I'll do that very quick. And then I gotta eat food because I haven't eaten, I realized, much today. So I see. Thank you. Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I do see you meeting this person. Oh, I should say this lastly, in 6 months, around 6 months. And it looks like it will be under circumstances you had no plan for. Okay. Itzel. Yes. You need to tell me what type of reading, an intuitive or a medium reading. If it's intuitive reading, what do you want to know? It's about my love, it's about this, it's about that. Thanks for everything, Adele. You're welcome, Ruby. I want to know about my love, or I want to know about this, or I want to know about that, I want about work, that kind of thing. If it's a medium reading, then you say, I want to talk to my grandmother, my mother's side. Medium reading regarding your dad. Okay. And is it she, her? Itself. The 6 months was for you. The 6 months thing where I said you're going to meet someone that you weren't expecting to meet and all that, yeah, that's for you. Medium reading for your dad. Okay, it's Sal. So the first thing I feel from him, he's very happy. He's extremely happy to connect. He says he's been waiting a long time. For him, it's felt long. He said he was very at peace. Yes, I'm doing your reading now itself, so you have to pay attention because I'm going to do it once, and then if you miss it, you'll have to rewatch it, okay? So he's saying that he knew he was going to pass. He was ready for it. He had actually a lot of peace and understanding about his passing. He was aware that he was going to pass. That's the first thing I ask. He says that he's very happy to connect to you because he wants you to know that he's been able to be closely, something about your mom. I've been able to pay attention to your mom and knowing what's going on and help in her regard. Is your mom okay? He's saying that, you know, I've been trying to kind of get everyone's attention about your mother, to know that I am aware of her and that you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention, but it's almost like, you know, he's trying to reassure you at the same time. So I don't know if it feels like you are paying attention to her, but he's saying he wanted to help you with your mother. Is your mom all right? He's talking about something to do with April, May. Yeah, he's saying April, May. He says he says he was there, or he remembers, or something about April, May. So I don't know if that makes sense to you. Hello. Witchy friend in California. Is that CJ? Okay. Where it's Cell, did that make any sense to you? I don't know where she went. So yeah, so he's pretty much very like having a lot of understanding and peace about his passing. I figured that seems like a title you would have. So did you get that, Itzel? I don't know where she went. Well, anyway, you'll have to rewatch it, and can't think of anything regarding my mom. Yeah, he's saying something to look out for your mom, that she's having a harder time than you think, and that you need to pay attention. Maybe that's why he said pay attention. That she's having, like she's almost like she holds back, or she holds things in, or she wouldn't like bother people. It's not really her health, it's kind of more emotional, or things like that she's going through. If you can't think of anything, maybe that's why he's telling you to check in with her. So maybe you should like check in with her, you know what I mean? So maybe that's kind of why he's telling you this, you know, it's you know, to check in and see, because it seemed very important, and there was something about April, May. Sorry if it's delayed, the video crashed for a second. That's okay, you can comment back, but I'm gonna have to get to my last one, and that's Cisco, real quick. You want to know about like work, and you want to know about getting a job. You can always answer back in a minute. Realized I was logged into that email. Anyway, yeah, just a second, CJ. I'm just trying to finish this reading. So sorry for the delay, video crashed. Okay, so Cisco, you want to know about, wow, that's very her. Yeah, see, so she's not telling you something. Like she's not sharing whatever she's going through. She's extremely emotionally reserved, right? So he's trying to tell you to check in with her, and there's something about April, May. So Cisco, if you're still here, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you what I see as far as like when you get a job. The first thing I see is that you're like kind of trying to apply to a bunch of places, or there's like a million things you're doing at once. What are you trying to do? Because it looks like you're looking in the wrong direction. So what type of work are you trying to get? Because it's almost like you're beating a dead horse, like you're going in the same direction over and over, and it's just not going to work. I don't know if they left or not. I'm here. Okay, so what kind of work are you trying to get, Cisco? Yeah, so I would check that out, Itzel. And I saw you, CJ. I was just trying to like wrap these readings up because I got to eat. So if you can like throw up what type of job you're trying to look for. Thank you guys for joining. I need any job. Okay. Think that's the thing you're just trying everything, so you can't do that. You have to do something that's kind of more to who you are, and I feel like that's why it's coming off like that's what I saw, like desperate. So you have to do something that you can do. I applied a couple places. Well, you got to apply to more than a couple places, but they have to be in what you can do. You know what I mean? It feels like you're just trying to go for whatever. That's what I saw. It's very chaotic. So you gotta zero in on what you do, and what you could do, what you can do yourself. So like my feeling is that just doing something very simple, very easy, like maybe a customer service type of thing, but very basic customer service, because I feel like what you're doing is you're just trying to take anything and you're not paying attention to your own skills, and people are going to see right through that if it isn't like going to who you are and what you're good at. I kind of saw you working, honestly, let me rephrase that, let me change that. I see that you work kind of better on your own, and you're kind of introverted and withdrawn. So like if you were working like on a loading dock, let's say, or you were stacking or stocking or something like that, shelves, or like something where you can be left alone to just do it. But you gotta zero in because you're just all over the place. I have to let you guys go. I've been like reading, and I'm really starving now. I really went too long without eating. So I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much. I have the 50% off right here on all my readings. I'll do another live. I think I'm gonna do lives once a week. I have a bunch of TikToks that I'm posting. You can follow me on TikTok, and of course on Instagram. If you're in the LA area, I will Saturday be at Mystic Museum. Thank you, Carrie. I'm doing readings there in person in Burbank. And also I'll be posting a class, that I think I'm going to do as well, that you guys asked for. So, and of course I post here. Look for the video I'm going to do next on here, guys. When will you be back? I'm sometime one day next week. Probably it'll be either a Sunday, Monday, or a Tuesday. So that's kind of what I'm doing, either Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, and I'll post it. But Cisco, you gotta kind of zero in on what you're good at, not just apply for anything, because it will not work if you don't tune into what you're good, who you are, and what you are good at. Okay, so sorry, I just wanted to close off and say, yeah, I'm on all these things. I am going to be doing a video. I have a guest that's coming on who's going to be talking about mental health. She is a mental health art therapist, and she's going to be talking about mental health therapy and, with art therapy. And on my Patreon, she will show and display for us an actual exercise, and she'll show us how to do that. You can do a very easy one at home to help with stress and anxiety and such. And I did a video, if you didn't catch the video I did last, this was how to practice talking to spirits in the cemetery. And on my Patreon, I have a video of showing me doing it, right? So showing me doing cemetery communication in cemeteries. So yes, I'll see you guys soon. If you check out this last video on here, it's giving you tips on how to practice spirit communication in cemetery. On my Patreon, you'll see me doing it, and I'm going to be doing a guest that I'm going to be having about mental health and art therapy, and she's going to talk about things you can do, and then she'll do an actual practice on my Patreon. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. Follow yourself. Follow no one. Listen to your inner voice, and I will see.